Good morning, everybody! Going to go do a mushroom tour out in the Putney Woods out here. We probably should have done it earlier in the season, but I hit my buddy up who does tours out here. I'll end up linking all his stuff below, so if you're interested in doing any tours, he does mushroom tours, just takes you out into the woods. And with COVID, he's doing private tours, so you can go with your family out into the woods, pay him a little bit, and he'll teach you all about mushrooms. Super mushroom nerd of sorts. You get to take home mushrooms, eat mushrooms, learn about mushrooms. We're gonna try and find some dye and ink mushrooms so that we can make our own dyes and inks, and probably some edibles. So probably chanterelles, it'd be cool if we could find a matsutake. We'll see. Don't know what the season's like. But yeah, I got Andrew and Cappy, my family, going mushroom hunting. It's gonna be fun. Peace. It is cold! Travis does mushroom tours here on the island. Talk about what you do, I guess, real quick.
Oh, okay, real quick. Yeah, I take people on wild mushroom tours, and it's a lot of fun. We do about an hour-long lecture at a cafe, and then we do about 2 hours in the woods, or we can meet at the trailhead, but we walk around and I teach you how to identify and find food in the forest. I'll
put all his info down below, and then if anybody kind of wants to do any of these tours, hit Travis up. He's doing private tours right now with COVID going on and everything. Yeah, try to film the whole thing and get some mushrooms.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's go. Question. How many tours have you done this year with COVID going on?
A lot. Doing a lot of private tours to keep the groups low and everything, and with everything shutting down and people still wanting to get out and do things, this is, you know, a good outdoor activity, so I've been scheduling a lot. It's been a lot of fun, and the private tours are most fun because it's a group of people that actually, they all know each other.
Yeah, so in the private ones you get probably more of an intimacy.
Yeah, smaller, more intimate, and they all know each other, and it's good fun.
How many mushrooms are forageable? Do you know?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean,
do you know the number?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an exact number, but like as far as those choice edibles, I mean, I probably go for 10 to 15 different edibles on the island. You always want to cut your morels. That way you leave the sclerotia in the ground and it'll...
Oh, and that's potentially why also everybody thinks you need to cut every single mushroom.
Yeah, you don't.
It's because of morels.
Yeah, right. And you all the other mushrooms though, you want to pull the mushroom. It's actually better for the organism.
Whoa, so this one mushroom potentially is the culprit for that...
that myth.
The myth.
Yeah.
What is this called again?
Witch's butter.
Witch's butter.
Yeah. You can make candy out of it. Some people boil it in sugar water and simmer it for a bit and then put it in the fridge, and over time it turns into a little sugary gummy candy.
Nice.
Some mushroom gummies. Hey?
Yeah. Common name, yeah, cat's tongue.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Pseudohydnellum gelatinosum, and it's not sure if it's a jelly or a tooth fungi, so the name, you know, it's kind of both.
Jelly-like.
Yeah, they're really cool. And non-toxic like the witch's butter, and you can candy these the same way. It doesn't have its own flavor or anything, but they're just freaking cool.
Yeah, they're a little wild.
Yeah. I can see why it looks like cat's tongue.
Oh, totally, right?
It looks like a cat's tongue. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That same.
I'm pretty sure. Let
me
double check. Yeah, it is. Yeah, hyphalomacapnoids. You can always tell it because it has gray gills, and it's got veil remnants along the cap margin. You can see all these gray, just veil remnants around the cap margin. And then fascicular is a lot more yellow, like really neon yellow. And they'll actually react to UV light, which is cool. You can come out here at night, flash your UV flashlight on them, and they'll glow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
These ones?
They do, not those ones. Fascicular does.
So it's like a relative of this?
Yeah. It's like Star Wars. That's what I was waiting for. herbivores.
Yeah, shelf mushroom.
The white underside.
Oh yeah, here's a hedgehog mushroom. And underneath it's got a bunch of teeth. Oops. There it is. Sweet. Yeah, they're awesome. One of my favorite edibles. Hydnum umbilicatum. And then there's Repandum, which is much larger and meatier. This one always has a bit of a dimple in the middle and generally smaller. Tastier too, I think. Pretty cool. Little eggs in there, Cyathus, or yeah, Cyathus genus. Bird eggs nest. Or bird's nest fungus. A Hygrocype cingarius, part of the waxy cat family, and these ones will stain black, so everywhere you touch, and just areas that are damaged will turn black.
Wow.
Yeah. Nothing you'd care to eat or anything, but I believe they're non-toxic anyway.
Yeah. Dude, that always looks.
I have really scary.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, well, I think
The sun looks so cool.
in my backyard.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And then here's more of that Marasmialis candidus. Really pretty.
It looks like cherry blossoms.
Yes. Yes, I had to think about that for a minute.
Yeah,
I was like,
cherry
wait,
blossom.
right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Marasmialis candidus. They obviously grow on the littlest stick sometimes.
I got a good yawn shot. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I yawn a lot. Oh.
Yeah, the goal really is to just educate people and show people that there are a lot of good edibles you can go for. You know, then you don't need to know them all. You need to know what it is. You need to know what their lookalikes are. But you know that you don't need to know every mushroom ever to, you know, just to be finding food in the forest.
A lot of the edibles I have found, there's sometimes lookalikes, but it's pretty obvious.
Oh, that's
once you start, like, it's a pretty, like, it's really, people I think feel they wouldn't be able to identify. Once you identify a chanterelle, you can identify a chanterelle forever.
Yeah.
Like, once you identify a lobster mushroom, you can kind of identify them forever.
Yeah.
And like, especially an oyster mushroom. Yeah. Oyster mushrooms are like extremely, you know, easily identifiable.
Totally.
And people sometimes, like, I've even had it when I've been with friends and we found some oysters and, you know, everybody was like, you eat it first. It was like, dude, this is an oyster. Yeah. I promise you.
Yeah. But yeah, people don't know all the other mushrooms, you know, they just kind of assume that there's all these lookalikes, you know, but like you said, like all the choice edibles, all those really good gourmet edibles that you're going for are easy to identify. There's not a lot of, you know, dangerous lookalikes or lookalikes in general. There's, I'd say 80% of the edibles I forage for are very easy. Where they grow, they're just so scattered, you know, just you'll find one here, one there. No, most of them are just singular. I'll just find one or two, or, you know.
There is a microsexual group.
Ew.
There is, on Facebook.
Ew.
It's funny. Yeah, the microsexual.
Is this poisonous? Is it poisonous?
You'll have to test it. So russelas, if there's a bit of a rule with russelas. If it is bland, if it tastes bland, it's edible, and if it tastes peppery, it's poisonous. The pepperiness that you taste is the poison.
And you're not gonna get poison unless you swallow it.
Yeah, yeah. So tasty mushrooms. Totally
you fucking do it with me.
I'll do it with you. I'll get a piece.
Oh my god.
Put your mushrooms down.
I can't. Kepi, come here real quick.
All right, so russelas, they're everywhere.
Are you recording?
Yep.
Okay, so russulas, they're everywhere. There's an acronym, JAR, just another russula, keep moving. Like, there are so many different species of russula, and they can be very, very difficult to ID to an exact species. I usually stop for the big purple ones that could be a shrimp russula, really good edible. But if you want to just see if it's non-toxic or non-toxic, there's a bit of a test you can do. And only in the russula genus does this apply. It may apply to Lactarius as well. I have not researched that enough, but I know that it applies with russulas. So if you take a bite of it, and if it's bland, it's edible. If it's peppery, it's poisonous.
How big of a bite?
Take a bite. Take a bite. Chew it up. I'll take a bite with you. Don't swallow.
It's bland.
Wait 20, 30 seconds. But yeah, so far bland. I'm getting a little bit of a radish.
Mm-hmm. Radishy.
A little bit, but it's not very strong.
It's bland.
There's a little bit of pepperiness though.
Mm-hmm.
It might be waterlogged.
Mm-hmm.
And like
I can taste that now.
a little bit of radish like. That one's really not that strong. Sometimes they're really peppery and it's like a chemical burn. We'll taste another russula later.
No, we won't. Yay, now I at least have a thumbnail for this whole thing. Mushroom tours, eating poisonous mushrooms, question mark?
Well, let's go in here really quick. You know, when it's opened up like this, you know, I like to jump off trail. Like, what do we have here? Oh, no way, another russula. No freaking way.
Another russula.
People are getting the Motsies.
Like a prime area for matsutake.
Hypomyces lactiflorum is the lobster mushroom, and it's parasitizing Russula breviipes. So we got two mushrooms here. One parasitizing the other, turning a boring mushroom into a really good edible.
Pluteus cervinus. Well, it used to be cervinus, now it's Pluteus exilus. A lot of mushrooms are going through name changes. This is a group complex, so there's a lot of species within this group that really the only way they can tell they're separate species is they try and mate the spores, and if they don't mate, they're not the same. Because macroscopic and microscopic features are all the same. So they just kind of group all these mushrooms into one group. Some taste better than others, but always growing on a very well rutted log, and gills are not attached, and has a pink spore print. It's Ovella vespertina, but it's being parasitized by Hypomyces cervina genus, which is toxic to us. So when it's covered in that white mold, you don't want to eat it. It's toxic to us. But the mushroom underneath it that's parasitizing is inedible. Helvella vespertina.
You can see the color change. See it darker down there, and then it's being consumed.
Honey mushroom.
It's literally consuming fucking
Everything. Yeah, it's one of the most aggressive parasitic mushrooms there are. But yeah, it's right now and it has been for a long time, the largest organism in the world, taking over. And this was like years ago that I read this. It's probably larger by now, but 2,400 acres in the Blue Mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's consuming full trees.
Full tree, yeah. It's a root parasite. It's a root parasite, killing the tree first and then consuming it afterwards.
And there's full mycologists that are studying solely that mushroom because of how intense it is. Like there's people that like put their entire life's work into this one, you know, freaking fungus because it's a living mat. He was saying it's the largest living organism in the world.
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah, 2,400. It's huge. Yeah, Blue Mountains. Yeah, and it's just, you can see it from a plane driving over. You know, it's just completely decimated this whole area. And it's just one single organism. It's Hydnellum. I'm not sure exactly which species it is, but it's a tooth fungi. Except for this one, they call it a bolete because everything looks like a bolete. The cap color is a little faded right now. Like I think it just was covered, wasn't getting a lot of light. But normally it's a little bit darker, but underneath the gills are just as vibrantly yellow as a bolete is. And you can also remove the gills just like the sponge layer on boletes. You just kind of scoop them out. So they call this the gilled bolete. Shaw.
That is kind of scary.
It's slimy. Just see how wrinkled the cap is. And if it was dry, there would be a little bit of a white bloom.
All right, so we made it back. It was quite the trek. Got kind of lost, but I think it was on purpose. Thanks for having us, Travis.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. When you get those dyes all together, those dye mushrooms all together, let me know. And I would love to make some dye with you.
Yeah, dude, that sounds fun.
A lot of dye mushrooms, drying them out right now.
We ended up
ready soon.
We also ended up with a bunch of yellowfoots. Or what do you call those, winter chanterelles?
Yeah,
Kind of.
chanterelles. But yeah, yellowfoot's a more common name. They're Craterellus tubiformis. And then we didn't actually show this, but we got some hedgehog mushrooms too.
Little hedgies.
Yeah, you can't even see that.
It'll focus.
Walking.
Nice. We're gonna get back to the truck, head out, go back to work, and yeah, hopefully tonight we're gonna cook up some of these mushrooms. Peace.